Hi, I'm Michaela, and today I'm doing my skincare routine video. Now, before I start off, I would just like to say that this is my skincare routine, so this won't necessarily work for everyone because no individual skin is the same as someone else's. This is just the products and things that I do to keep my skin clear and healthy, but it's just what I think works best for me, so it won't necessarily work for everybody, and you need to find your own skincare routine that works for you. So I'd just like to start by saying that I have acne-prone, oily skin. It's kind of sensitive, not really. I get redness sometimes, but I just usually cover it up with some makeup. It doesn't really get that bad, and I do have very visible acne scars. I have tons of acne scars, and so yeah. Typically what I use, I always start with warm water to open up my pores, and then I'll cleanse, and then I'll use cold water to close up my pores. That's always what I do. And so usually I'll use this Neutrogena acne cleanser. This you can get at any drugstore. I think it's about $25. I don't use the other two products that come with this. I just use this, the cleanser. And then I follow up with a toner, and I use the Neutrogena Acne Stress Control Triple Action Toner. And the reason why you want to use a toner after you use a cleanser is because the toner gets rid of any leftover dirt that could be still left in the pores, or it also gets rid of soap residue that could be left over from your cleanser. So it's very important to always use a toner. And I think once you use a toner, you'll actually see how much is left in your skin after using a cleanser and realize how important a toner is. And then after a toner, I will use this nighttime moisturizer. This is the Aveeno Smart Essentials. And you always want to, I just put it on my neck and on my face, and you always want to use specifically a night moisturizer because they're thicker than day creams, and it gets more moisture in your skin. And even though I have oily skin, moisturization is key to having healthy, clear skin, because if you use oil-free products or stuff like that, and it'll just dry out your skin, and basically what'll happen is your skin will be working harder to produce those oils, and you'll end up being more oily than you would be. So you always use moisturizers, and not only that, but moisturizers for any skin type will make your skin look better, and they will also prevent wrinkles. So if you don't want wrinkles in the future, moisturization is key to having beautiful skin as you age. So even though the teen years, everybody's like, oh, I'm not worried about it, that's the time that you should be prepping for the future, because if you start now, you'll have less problems as you get older. So I always use this is what I use, but I've heard Aveeno doesn't always work for everybody. I've kind of noticed that they don't work for people with more pale skin. I have olive tones, although you can't tell right now because of this lighting. I have a more olivey skin tone, and my sister-in-law does too, and she uses Aveeno, but my aunt and my mom, I think my mom and my aunt both have rosacea or something like that. They have sensitive, kind of paler toned skin. They don't have olive skin. My aunt is really pale. My mom just doesn't have that olive skin tone like I do, and Aveeno doesn't really work for them. So Aveeno is kind of tricky. I think it kind of depends on your skin tone and stuff like that. I don't know. It doesn't work for most people, but it works for me. So I'll usually use that on a daily basis, and every Tuesday I'll use the Vivo facial peeling Dead Sea Minerals. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays I'll use this instead of that skincare routine. So what I do is I cleanse my face with warm water, and then it has to be dry to use this. And then this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that. And then you put a little amount on all over your face, and then you scrub it, and it like kind of peels. And like what it's doing is it's kind of gently peeling away those layers of skin, so eventually when you start using it long enough, it'll peel away those layers of skin, and eventually new layers will come up. So it's really good for people with acne scars like me, because it's sort of like microdermabrasion, but not as good. So you do have to use it for a little bit before you'll start noticing like a huge difference, but basically it'll just peel away like slowly those layers of skin, and eventually all we'll be showing is like just new fresh skin. And then I always follow up with my moisturizer, and then sometimes, usually once a week, I will also do a facial mask. And I'll have to take this off. I usually use these, and I use the Dead Sea one, the one for blemish prone skin, and then the chocolate one. Those are my favorites. I also like, I can't remember. I like the cucumber peel off one. I don't like the passion fruit one because it smells awful, and when I used it I just wanted to throw up, and it gave me a headache, and I did not like it. But those are the ones that I like. So I like these. I'll usually use it once a week, with following up with my moisturizer. And then in the daytime, when I wake up in the morning, before I put any makeup on, or even if I'm just going to sit at home like today and not wear any makeup, I'll use my Morning Burst, the Skin Brightening Facial Scrub. And I like the scrub a lot better. And this one I found really controls oil better than the other ones do. So I would recommend that one. And I like the scrub better because you really should at least scrub your face twice a day, even just gently, not too harsh. And then I always use sunscreen, because just like moisturizers, sunscreen is crucial to have better skin in the future. So I always use sunscreen, and this is the one that I like to use. It's the Copper Tone Oil Free. It's fragrance free, hypoallergenic, and it won't clog your pores. In the summertime, I always use SPF 50, but obviously in the wintertime I use something lower, like SPF like 20 to 30 about. And I live in Northern California, so it's pretty much always sunny here. And then after I put that on, I'll put on my, my Vivo Moisturizing Day Cream, which was featured in another video of how I use that with my foundation, and it works really well. I just have kind of gotten over the fact that I have oily skin. You can't keep it like from not being oily, I guess. No matter what you do, you're still gonna have that oil throughout the day, so you just kind of have to live with it. At least that's what I think. I mean, I haven't found anything that completely destroys my oil, and there really is nothing out there that will completely get rid of it. So, I don't mind doing touch-ups throughout the day. That's just kind of, it's my skin, I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of touch-ups, which actually with my foundation, I really don't have to touch up that much. I usually only have to touch up, like, right here, it kind of rubs off a little, and that's really the only place I ever have to touch up. As for my body, I do kind of get breakouts on my back and chest, and I think it's just through the winter, like, the clothes like cling to my skin and just suffocate my skin, and I think that's what causes my breakouts, is because during the summer I really don't get that much breakouts, so I'm pretty sure that's what causes it. So I use the Dove, the little bar, just the original one, and then I use this lotion, the St. Ives Daily Hydrating with Vitamin E. I really like this one. It's really hydrating, and it makes my skin feel really soft and really good. So that pretty much sums up my skincare routine. Before I go, I'll also recommend reading this book, Skintervention by Scott Vincent Borba. I really believe in his philosophy. So you can get that at Walgreens or something like that. You can get that book, and I'm running out of time, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye.